Hello everyone, Shado here. I'm doing real good tonight. I just spent 5 minutes talking to the camera and then the lens closed and turned back. I don't have one of those things that I can turn around and see if it's recording, because in fact it wasn't and it just turned off because of inactivity. But anyway, I wanted to talk about a few things going on right now with the Let's Play series I'm doing, a little bit on the Let's Play series everyone wants me to do, and also what's going on with the copyright things with YouTube right now and the content ID matches that are besieging all these big name channels and everything going on with that, and my opinions on the situation. Now, first of all, I'll talk about the Starbound Let's Play. It's still going on. I've got lots of parts recorded, but I still have to do the highlight reels, and that it doesn't take too long. But I've been still doing my regular reviews, and I am not willing to let this interrupt that. And I think I've got it recorded up to part 5 now, and I'm getting ready to record part 6 because there's a thing that everyone's, the girls have been working hard on their side, and they just got new computers. They got these, okay, $800 rigs with AMD APUs in there, and they've got twice the RAM I do. But point is, they have much nicer computers than the 1995 Dells they were kicking around with. So they're actually much more capable of playing Starbound, and I wouldn't have to worry about them running at quarter speed behind me in all the footage. So, yeah, they're happy. They're working on getting further, and they want me to turn on fraps so I can record them achieving the next levels of the exploration. Which I'm happy to. It's just, that's more and more that I still have to record I still have to record, and I still have to edit the highlight reels on, because I want to have the highlight reels ready, because some of these parts are pretty fucking long. I've got one that's, I kid you not, over 3 hours for one part. It's still a file size low enough that I can actually upload it to YouTube, but fuck. When I stopped recording and I checked, and Fraps recording in AVIs, it was over a 250 gigabyte file. That was something. So, yeah. Tara is screaming because she's horny as hell. She's been screwing up my chances of getting any sleep. How does such a little cat make such a loud noise? Is she really that horny? Hey. And I can't do it. I can't just start over, because she's gonna keep doing that. She doesn't stop. She just keeps screaming, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. So, on that note, let's move on to the content ID matches and the changes coming to YouTube, some of which are already in place. I don't know if any more are coming, but some people said that the big changes were coming in January, and then they said, oh wait, they already came in December. So, on this, there's the big channels, mostly video game related, that have been hit by large content ID matches, just and then, oh my fucking god, they had videos tagged with accusations of copyright infringement. Who would do such a thing? I'm sure you're realizing at this point this is the same kind of crap that I've been dealing with the entire time. And that's the kicker here, really, is the big change doesn't seem to be much of anything to guys like me, who are on our own, and just trying to make it, because these policies of fuck you, and we're going to flag everything you have, and you're not allowed to make money on any of this, and we're going to force our ads on your work, which, if we brought it to court, it would show that we're, guilty of perjury and copyright infringement against you. But, all of that aside, this is the stuff that I simply have to deal with. And evidently, larger... I figured larger, channels were pretty much exempt because they could upload seemingly whatever the hell they wanted. Things that would certainly get you flagged if you were any lower than them, they were inexplicably exempt, and that's the change. They're no longer exempt. So you've got the rants. I've heard of the rant. I haven't seen directly Angry Joe's rant, but I've heard he had quite a rant. I saw the rants by Review Tech USA and Razor Fist. And at the end of the day, I would have to align myself with the opinions of Razor Fist. Because, like I said, this is the stuff that I've been dealing with since forever. And one of the things that really bothered me about when Rich of Review Tech USA was going off and talking about the far-reaching effects and how bad it is, I didn't mind him talking about how bad it is so much because, like he said, he did not receive any of the claims. So it was not coming from a position of, now this is affecting me, because it technically wasn't. So the potential to affect him was there, but it wasn't actually affecting him. But I would trust his opinion on that a little more because it wasn't affecting him. But he said this is bad because you won't have the ability to plant the seeds for the next Angry Joe or the next Angry Video Game Nerd or the next PewDiePie. These big names came from the small beginnings, and if you stifle that creativity, then it won't go anywhere. I think it kind of went over his head that the problem was the things happening to the big names now are the shit that they've been doing to the little guys the whole time. So that's a very heartfelt thing to put out there, but the stuff about stifling creativity was already there. The changes haven't done that. They just extended how far it goes. So hopping on a little partner network, that doesn't exempt you anymore. But yeah, that's the that was the big thing there. Yeah, there was a couple times, actually, a few networks on YouTube did contact me asking me whether or not I wanted to join their network. And evidently they didn't want to talk much because I kept telling them, hey, yeah, I like the idea of getting a larger viewer base. I also like the idea of being able to make money on the stuff that I upload. It's perfectly legal, but YouTube likes to automatically flag it. What is your opinion on this? They never responded, so that was it for that. And evidently, if I had gone through with that, then it wouldn't have got me anywhere anyway with what's going on now. So I'm still on my own. But, yeah, the thing that bothers me with how much Angry Joe has evidently spoken out against this is the fact that he didn't bother to until it affected him. It's like Christopher Reeve donated whole shit tons of money to medical research to try and find a cure for paralysis. Great thing to do. Except he only did it after he himself was paralyzed, so it was entirely selfish. It wasn't to help others. And that's the thing that bothers me with Angry Joe's position, is he's speaking out against it only now that it affects him. I mean, yes, it has affected me personally when I've been speaking out against it because I've been just a little guy. I don't know about speaking out against it. I guess I can't say I've done that. I've complained about it a lot. I've bitched and moaned. My Facebook page, I have occasionally posts of goddamn Fox flag this motherfuckers. Thanks a lot, you shit fucks, and stuff like that. So I bitch and moan. I guess you can't say I really spoke out against it. But when people have come up to me and asked me what they can do to, perpetuate themselves as doing some kind of online review show, a lot of times I suggested to them to host on Blip so that they can make a little coin at it, because YouTube has these policies that are going to screw them over. Of course, now Blip has some policies that screw a lot of people over too, so fuck. Yeah, I know. You can stop now. I know! Just get over it. Why don't you do some wood carvings or something? Don't tell me you don't have thumbs. Okay, they're not opposable, but you got them. You got claws on them. Some cats just don't listen. All they think about is sex. So, yeah. For anyone concerned, I personally don't think that my channel's going anywhere. I also think that I'm going to continue to not really make any money on YouTube, but I'm going to continue to make a small amount on Blip, which is actually getting a lot more now, and I'm very happy about that. And by a lot more, I mean that I'm actually getting paid like $25 a month. Yeah! 25. That's enough to be paid monthly instead of having to wait 2 months to get paid. Still only half my phone bill, so I still need about twice that. And then I need a little more beyond that if I want to afford that sandwich like I've wanted for these last 2 years. But I'm actually increasing in revenue. And I'm very thankful for that, because I have all of you to thank for that. If you're not there, I don't make shit. I don't. That's how this works. No one's watching this video to hear a cat scream for sex. Or maybe they are. How much money am I making off of that? Oh, that's Shado, right? So, on with Let's Plays. I know that there have been several suggestions for me to just go ahead and do Aliens Colonial Marines, and Aliens Colonial Marines, I believe, would be a lot easier on me than Starbound, simply because I could just record and post. I wouldn't have to go about editing a highlight reel, because I'm assuming that there's interesting shit happening throughout the entirety of the gameplay, and it's not, okay, fight aliens for 2 minutes, okay, now mine this iron for 3 hours. Now craft that. Okay, now fight aliens for 2 more minutes. I'm pretty sure that's not exactly how the game goes. And for that, I'm anxious to try. I'm trying to figure out exactly, because I gotta have the time to play, have the time to process, post this, that, and then get it all in it. Because, yeah, I don't like the idea of having like 20 things just all on one day on YouTube, and always concerned about not posting too much and not posting too little. Because too much is, well, might be annoying to people. And too little is kind of like what we're seeing with Starbound now, where we had part 1 and 2, and where's part 3? Somewhere. It's not up yet. So, yeah. I wouldn't have that problem with Aliens Colonial Marines, simply because no need to edit. But I still might have some problems. Not sure. Can't tell until I try it. And, yeah, I also had a request to do, Tomb Raider 3. And doing Tomb Raider games, one of the reasons I was not thinking about going that direction is because they are, a lot of exploration and puzzles, and sometimes I can get stuck, not know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing, and then there's a lot of possibly death and reloading and replaying, or just staring at a wall for a half hour like, what the fuck do I press? And while occasional outbursts would be interesting, there's the 3 hours of staring at the wall to get to it that wouldn't be so good. And for that, I think the editing style, similar to what I'm doing with the highlight reels for Starbound, might work pretty well for a Tomb Raider Let's Play to keep it entertaining. And for fuck's sake. Well, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I think that's about what's on my mind. I'm sure there are other things that I'll think of as soon as I turn off the camera, and then I'll be like, shit! And see what happens. But, oh! Yeah, I finally got some fucking Blu-ray ripping software. And I have a Blu-ray drive. It cost me $25 for that. And the Blu-ray ripping software actually functions. It does pretty damn well, and I've got a little collection of Blu-rays already, and I've got stuff, so yay. My show being in high definition now might actually matter, instead of just me being a little sharper and the movie still being grainy as fuck. Now I'll be a little sharper and the movie will be well, considering, yeah, the girls were saying that I really should have had the camera going for the reaction I had there. Because that would have been great to see. Because I got a couple of Blu-rays and I'm, you know, broke as shit, making $25 a month. Still draining my savings. I'm draining it slower now, but it's getting pretty tight. And I was trying to find some Blu-ray movies, and I found a couple that were really cheap. And I just really quickly looked, and they're like, okay, this looks like it might be reviewable. I don't know. It might be interesting. Got it. Ripped it. Clicked on the video to make sure it worked. Big letters come up on screen in this booming orchestral music. The Asylum presents. And I was like, oh, fuck. No. I look at the back of the box down to the lower corner. The Asylum. I'm like, no! Because these didn't look like rip-off movies. I'm trying to figure out what around 2008, 2009 was there that had a lot of dragons or medieval shit going on. Because these are both from that time period, they're both dragon movies, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck was the Asylum ripping off, or are these rip-offs, or are they original productions, and does the Asylum actually do that sometimes? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why I can't get away from them. I was like, okay, no more. I finished my Asylum movies. I think maybe I have a couple more here or there. I don't give a shit. I have this one fucking found footage film Asylum movie that I certainly don't want to watch because I don't want to get sick. The Asylum. The fucking Asylum. Why? I don't... It was distributed by Echo Bridge. I thought I was safe. Echo Bridge does some generic shit here and there. They also do big DVD movie packs, and they occasionally throw in a couple Asylum movies in there. Just a double pack of Asylum from Echo Bridge. Here you go. On a Blu-ray. High definition Asylum. Asylum in HD. Because the CGI wasn't bad enough before. But yeah. High definition movie reviews. Ooh. Asylum in high definition. because I can't afford shit. Well, we have a lot to look forward to, don't we?